Hi, guys! Welcome to another episode of Featured Friday. We have the most amazing USA best-selling author, Michelle Major, joining us today. She's the brilliant mind behind the Skylark Series, a small-town romance collection that has us swooning, sighing, and laughing out loud.
Yes.
Yay.
So we have bucket lists, fake boyfriends, second chances, and some real life messy love. Michelle brings characters to life that feel like friends, and we would want to grab coffee with them. We cannot wait to dig into the series. I've read the first two in the series, and I have the arc waiting for me in my inbox, so I'm going to jump into soon. And then Ashley's going to jump into the series soon, too. Michelle, would you like to quickly introduce yourself and let our viewers know anything you want them to know about you and your books?
You bet. Well, thank you both for having me. I am so excited to be here and was so excited to see Miranda in my slide into my DMs so we could set this up. But yeah, as you guys mentioned, so I've been writing for a while. Well, I've been published for 11 years and I think the first of the Skylark series, Someone to Love, was book number 60 for me. And it is my first foray into indie publishing, which I was just so excited to try because I just wanted to kind of push myself creatively and be able to, do what I wanted and be the control freak that I am. And the community of readers and authors has been so just welcoming, and it's really fun, and also like drinking from a fire hose. I love, I love small towns. I love the romance. Like Miranda mentioned, there is a club and a bucket list challenge in this because I usually start with the characters when I write books. I love to send them on a journey. I feel like they need to earn that happily ever after or where they're going next. So I love female friendships and the bromance part of it and all the things.
It's you, Miranda.
Oh, sorry. I'm like,
She's like, talk to me more.
yes, exactly. Okay, so for readers that are new to the Skylark series, how would you describe the heart of these stories and what makes Skylark such a special setting?
That is a good question. And I think I stopped speaking before because I do have a tendency to just ramble on and on. So I don't want to like do that with you guys, but I appreciate that question. And I would describe the Skylark series as just the perfect blend of small town swoon and steam, but also with some humor. I I don't consider my books rom-com because I like to add a lot of like trauma and emotional stuff in there. I love banter and I love humor. So I think readers will get a little bit of everything. And at the end of the day, I mean, my goal, I think most of us became readers. I mean, back when I was reading Laura Ingalls Wilder and Anne of Green Gables, you just love the escape and getting, feeling like these characters. And that's what I want is to just, let put us maybe a tear or two, but also let people smile and have your hearts open a little bit when you're reading the Skylark series. So that's kind of my hope, what readers will get from it.
Well, I will say that, like, just from your Instagram posts, I seriously go to your page all the time and I'm like, I need to know more. I need to know more. And that's
That's
just from
great.
Instagram. That's not even, like, I promise, they're on here. I just have to
I
get
believe
there.
you. Trust me, I have the same TBR. There's so many on my TBR that I need more time in the day.
I know Miranda's like a super quick reader. Like she busts out like a book to like every day. And I'm like, it
Oh,
takes me like 3 or 4 days to read a book. And she's like, well, I'm already
right.
done with this one. I'm past all the other ones we're supposed to read. And I'm like, I want that life.
Right. I need
I
that too.
don't know
And
what
I
it
have
is.
the
I guess I'm just
It's a gift to be able to read like that. I will say I also, as both a writer and a reader, I am partial to the slutty new idea. So like I will start one and be really into it, and then something else pops up and I'm like, oh, but I want to start that one too. And that's how I am. I love being
yeah.
immersed in one story, but then you know what's coming next, and I'm like, okay, I want to get to the next one too. So I need more patience.
Yep.
Yep.
We had a goal to read all of the authors that were coming onto our podcast. And we were doing really good. And then now we're recording like 5 to 6 episodes a week. And
Wow.
Miranda can probably read that fast, but I no.
Yeah.
If I had no other things like on my list to read, I probably could potentially do it, but I also have like arcs that I work on, so
Right.
it just is not feasible to read all of them ahead of time.
Right.
We were trying.
There's
We really
Yeah.
were.
but
It
there's
was a
so
good
much good
effort.
stuff out there. There's so much good stuff,
Yeah.
which is a
Mhm.
great
And
Yeah.
the
problem to
more like
have.
we get into this, yeah,
Yeah.
the more we get into this, I feel like the more we find. It just keeps growing and
Mhm.
growing and
Right.
growing. And not that that's a
Right.
bad thing, but like when I
Yeah.
don't get authors read, I feel terrible. So, okay, back to our questions. The first book, Someone to Love, kicks off with a fake relationship and a personal mission that's both emotional and a little spicy. What inspired Sadie's story and her unconventional goal?
I think so. I will say Sadie, occupation wise, is a dog trainer. And what first inspired her is I was going through with my older dog therapy dog training. So I was meeting a lot of quirky people. And I am an older sister, and Sadie is an older sister who ended up raising her younger sister. And so that really resonated with me. But one of my favorite kind of general tropes is opposites attract. And so
Mm-hmm.
I just thought, what is more opposite than kind of the main male character, Ian, who is the NFL quarterback, kind of stud guy, and this woman who's kind of given up her whole life, including her dating life, which leads her to be, a virgin in her 30s because she was raising her younger sister. I just thought I can do something with that. They'll be fun together. And they were for me.
Yes, I agree. Very fun. The banter is like the best part of that book. I loved it so much.
Well, thank you.
Each book in this series, you're welcome. Thank you. Each book in this series focuses on a different couple, of course. Did you
Mhm.
always have the full arc planned out, or did the characters in the town evolve organically as you were writing?
So I did with this one. I went in planning, the group of friends, and it revolves around the book club. So I did know who was going to be the member. I didn't know all of who they were going to end up with, but I had a rough sketch of who they are. But now that I'm into it, I mean, sometimes characters are just like, yeah, we're not going to wait. I mean, I know you thought we were going to be later down the series. So, like, for now, I'm starting to plot what will be book 5. So, book 3, as you mentioned, comes out at the end of July, and then book 4 is in October. And so, I had a plan who was going to be book 5, and then the character who you meet in book 1, who's Ian's brother, Felix, was like, no, I'm not waiting. Like, I'm going to be book 5. People need I need to be on the page. So that I'm like, okay, let's change that. And it seems like, that's where you feel like as a writer, it's a little bit of your own kind of like, okay, I'm kind of in control here because they are characters in my head, but sometimes when they start like jumping up and down, you have to listen to them.
If that's how it rolls, that's how it rolls. You can't
Yes.
like it's like
Exactly.
you can pre-plan all you want, but if the story's saying something else, then you got to just
hmm
follow your
Exactly.
heart and change it.
Yes. And that's why, I mean, it's a lot like life, right? You make plans and then you kind of pivot. So I do, what I try to do when I'm planning a series is plan it enough that I can leave breadcrumbs, but not so much that if something happens and, I want to change something or, readers are like, oh, we want to hear this, or we want this person to be with this person, that, I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good idea. So that part is fun. And that's why, like, the reader author connection and being on Instagram or getting messages, or having the art team that is involved, I find it like super inspiring, because people are like, I think this person is going to end up with this person, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're right, that should happen.
That you listen to the readers, though. That's really cool.
Well,
Definitely.
that's who I mean, it's for me, but I think all writers start as readers, and I have very strong feelings about, some of my favorite characters and series over the years. So, yeah, I love the feeling like you're collaborating, because otherwise it's sort of an isolated, kind of
Yeah.
thing. So,
It's like, are they going to give up on you if you don't listen to them?
right.
Right?
Are they going to want to read the next one if I didn't put those two people together? I would be a terrible author. We talk about this almost every episode. I'd be like, no, this is my story. This is how I'm writing it, and I don't care what you think. It's
Oh,
my
you're so
world.
funny.
Okay. I'm terrible. We're both huge fans of small town romances. Miranda and I probably reach for small town romances probably as much as I reach for dark romance. I'm a dark romance girly. What are
Nice.
your must-haves when building out a fictional town like Skylark Bend? I can't even talk.
So I think my and this is where I get really personal. The small towns that I create are places where I would want to live. I mean, obviously, every small town needs a coffee shop, right? So, and you need a cute main street, and nature is super important to me. So I tend to make my towns like somewhere where, a bigger city is accessible, but I like them to be able to have kind of adventures, out in nature, and feel like a sense of community. So one of the biggest things, and maybe this is because, so I grew up in the Midwest and I loved it there, but I always knew I wanted to live in the mountains. So when I was in college, I got this book called Jobs in Paradise, and I applied for any job anywhere that was near the mountains, and I got a job on a dude ranch in Colorado. I mean, I had no experience dude ranching, but came out here, and I didn't know anybody. All my clothes were in the back of my car in garbage bags, and I built this life. And so the idea, I'm close to my family, although it wasn't an accident that I moved 5 states away from them. But the idea of found family is super important to me. So I think that's kind of what I love the most about small towns, is it's such a great place for people to come who maybe didn't belong in other places, or are looking to
Mhm.
start over, and they can do that. And that's why, like you had mentioned, dark romance, I've just started reading dark romance, and I'm in a big Sadie Kincaid kick, and working my way through that. But I think, I mean, even in dark romance or romantasy, if you think of Fourth Wing, like there's like the mafia family, or the schools kind of, places, like they're all places for people to come and like discover kind of their kindred spirit people. And I love
Mhm.
that.
Yeah,
Me too.
definitely. I can tell you Skylark is one of my favorite places to visit. Without giving away spoilers, which couple
Okay.
in the series gave you the most emotional or fun writing experience?
Well, you will see. I mean, I've written enough books now that every once in a while you get a gift book, like a book where it just you're like, oh, I'm super tuned into these people from the start. And for me, the one that is on your arc list, someone to have, Taylor and Eric, they were that couple. She's like the librarian in the town, and he's this like hockey legend. So again, we've got the opposites attract, but I just like, as somebody who was an introvert and very shy as a kid, I really related to her. And then my favorite thing about like what I think is sexiest on a hero, I mean, abs and great hair and all of that. I love a hero. I love when you really get the hero gets the girl, like he gets
Mhm.
her for who she is, and it's like that whole the the Bridget Jones Mr. Darcy, when he's like, I love you, I like you just the way you are. Eric was that from the jump, and so I hope readers are gonna find that too.
I need to read it now. Dang it. I'm gonna have to
I,
skip all of my other. Just kidding. Not that that's a bad problem to have.
Right? Yeah.
exactly.
If Skylark Bend had a real life festival and you were invited, what booth would you run?
What booth would I run? I mean, could we do a little free library book booth? Because
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that is what I would like to do. And if not, I would probably be volunteering at one of the like Humane Society booths, because I love my dogs. We foster kittens, so I'm an animal person. I would love to say a craft or an art booth. I like literally have no skill in that way. So sadly that would be a no for me.
I was gonna say, we just saw the picture of your two dogs and the big sister, little sister thing. Or the big
Yes.
sibling, little sister.
Yeah, the
Oh,
little
I'm
boy
gonna
sitting on
die.
her head. So
Yes,
funny.
he is constantly. Yes, we have a 3-month-old puppy and a 2-year-old lab, and I mean, he just like wants to live inside her. He loves her so much
Mhm.
and has no physical boundaries at all. So,
Yeah,
I'll
we
have to
got our
send you.
puppies
Oh,
at the same
oh yeah,
time.
yeah.
And so
nice.
I have two bigger ones. And so she's trying to play with them. And they're like, dude, just leave me alone.
Right?
I get so annoyed.
I'll have to
Yes.
send a picture. I have Aussie mixes, and I'll have
Cute.
to send a picture of when my dog Brooks was sitting on our cat's head on the
Yeah,
front
that's a
porch.
good one.
It reminded me
That's
of that so much.
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
All right. Which character from your books would you most want to spend a girls' night with, and which one would you trust to plan your wedding?
Ooh,
Oh, that's a good question. So I would probably like to spend the night. She was supposed to be the heroine of book 5, but she's gonna have to wait. And her name is Ava, and she is snarky and sarcastic and blunt, and I would like to go out for drinks with her because it would be super super fun. I think, and she would also have your back if stuff went down, so that's always important. And I would probably have Molly, who is going to be the heroine of book 4 that's coming out in October. She runs a flower farm and she has that Martha
ooh,
Stewart touch with everything. And so I would have her plan my wedding.
good answer. Okay, let's do a quick lightning round. Miranda needs to
Okay.
add some cool lightning graphics around right now. So the first
Yeah.
one that pops into your head, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Sunrise, writing, or midnight inspiration?
Sunrise. I am an early riser.
Me too.
Ugh,
Me too.
nope, me. Enemies to lovers or second chance romance?
That's a hard one.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna go. I mean, I'm okay. I'm gonna cheat and say enemies to lovers is a second chance romance, because that's when you can pile
There
Ooh,
you
on all
go.
the banter.
Nice. I like it. Good answer.
I agree.
Dream vacation, writing, retreat spot.
Someplace, because I live near the mountains and I love them, but I would say near the beach where I could hear the ocean.
Yeah. Toes in the sand with the tablet or the computer. Definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And a drink.
Book you've
Maybe not coffee,
yes, a
but
drink.
something.
Yes, 100%. Book you've reread the most.
The book I've reread the most it's an old historical romance, Lisa Clay Pass. I didn't see now. I Devil in Winter is the name of it, and it's like I probably read it once a year. It is my like go-to happy place. The way you feel about dark romance, I feel about I could read anything historical romance, and I don't read contemporary romance when I'm writing because it just I have to stay where I am, so that's where historical
Yeah.
romance comes in for me.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah, that makes
good
sense.
point. That makes complete sense.
Mhm.
Michelle, where can readers find you and your book?
So you can find right now my ebooks I'm in Kindle Unlimited. So the Skylark series is all available for KU readers, and then paperbacks on Amazon, some indie bookstore, Barnes and Noble, you can order them. And then I spend most of my time on Instagram and sometimes my Facebook page or my website. And I will say, if readers sign up for my newsletter, and I only send out a couple times a month, or when I've got something going on, I do have a free book that you get that is the first of the previous small town series. So check that out
I
too.
downloaded that this morning.
Okay, great. I love it.
Miranda's like, on it.
Perfect.
That's funny.
Yep.
Well, Miranda, send us out since she's your favorite.
Yes. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us. We had such a good time talking about the Skylark series. I'm getting tongue-tied here. And learning more about you. Everyone, please make sure that you go and follow Michelle. I'll have links to her socials down below, as well as links to the Skylark book series. Trust us, you want to make sure that you're reading these. They're great books. Don't forget to make sure that you subscribe and oh my gosh, hit the bell for more. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.